My name is Liam and I'm indifferent towards movies. However, some movies are so terrible they need to be put in their place. Welcome back to Feedback. Really? I'm here today with my very good friend, Oliver. Woo! Yeah! Welcome, Oliver. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm dressed exactly how I feel. Fucking sick.
Today we're going to be shaking things up a little bit rather than do what we did last year where we just try to get Oliver to awkwardly recount his top 10. We're instead going to be doing the bottom 5 of the year. And we're going to be playing a little drinking game to go along with it. Over here we have Kirky. Kirky is going to be moderating us.
Skaboo.
Yep. The drinking game rules are, at the start of every number we just have to take a sip of our beers.
Yep.
And then the rules from there are shots. So every time the same movie appears on both lists, so like I say the same movie for number 5 as Oliver says for like number 3, or something like that, we take a shot. If one of us likes or is indifferent to the other person's movie, we both take a shot. If Oliver asks me a question and I'm incapable of answering it, I have to take a shot. If I press Oliver for any details regarding a movie and he forgets them, he has to take a shot. If the same movie is said at the same time, this probably won't happen, but if the same movie is said at the same time, we have to finish a whole beer. This probably won't happen. Finish a whole beer. Probably won't happen. And also, Kirky has set us a bonus rule each that we don't know. We'll figure that out as we go.
Alright, let's do this shit.
Cheers. Oh.
If we break any rule, our good friend will play a sound effect for us that you will hear.
So this is the sound effect for the both of us. If that happens, we both take a shot. For myself...
But it's all coming together.
So if that sound plays, I have to take a shot. And for Oliver, we have... So if that sound effect plays, Oliver has to take a shot.
I didn't know that was my sound effect. That's a good one.
3, 2, 1. Enola
Enola
Holmes.
Holmes.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Genuinely not something
No,
we planned
I
in
had
advance.
no idea how happy I was to see that on the list.
Cheers, fucker. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pussy.
So Enola Holmes.
I felt bad putting it on the list because it almost didn't deserve to be... It is a bad movie, but it doesn't deserve to be ridiculed because of what it's trying to do.
It's a kid's movie, really.
It's like getting mad at Robert Rodriguez's film. Like, did We Could Be Heroes come out last year?
Yeah.
That would have been on my list if I'd thought about it. I didn't remember.
You forgot!
Damn it! This is gonna be bad.
So, Enola Holmes, I just thought it was relentlessly dull, personally. I couldn't really get much out of it. It was clearly supposed to be for kids, but it was sort of billed as more of like an all ages thing. But it's really just for kids, except kids probably wouldn't like it that much because it's just very slow and doesn't...
It's very wordy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talking, and then when the action happens, there's like blood. And I was very confused because I thought this was a kids movie, but then they hit someone and it's just blood.
But then every now and again, like, Millie Bobby Brown multiple times just turns to the camera like fucking Dora the Explorer and says, "Well, this is certainly a predicament I am in."
But it's all coming together.
Oh shit.
You have one guess, you can guess what the rule is.
If you guess correctly, then you don't have to do it ever again. Guess incorrectly, then you have to take another shot.
No,
and you only get one guess per
Guess.
time I do it.
Guess.
You don't have to guess right now though.
I'll take the first shot. I'll do it next time.
Abstaining.
I'll take a guess next time. Yeah.
Abseiling. Well, you know, it's escape. I can't remember much about the film because of how boring it was.
I just want to say that's another shot on top of your shot.
Fuck.
I don't remember what the main conflict was, come to think of it. All I remember is...
I remember that.
And I'd like to do like a redeeming quality for each year. I'd like to do a redeeming quality for every movie, just for a point of positivity.
Okay,
So
I got a redeeming quality. You go first.
My redeeming quality was that Carl Tanner from Game of Thrones was in it, and he was a great villain. I really enjoyed him, and I like seeing that guy get more work because he's fucking hilarious in the one episode of Game of Thrones he's in.
My redeeming quality is it seemed very innocent. I said I liked it because it was innocent.
Yeah. Just say it again, see if you need to do another shot.
No, it's dangerous.
But you just said it, so...
Is it? I'm gonna gamble another shot after this one.
Just take the shot first.
No, fuck it.
Yeah, you liked it because it was innocent. That's fair. It's not a movie that inspires any level of hatred. It just wasn't good, and I didn't enjoy watching it.
Yeah. Man, I'm already feeling pretty fucking bad.
I can see that.
I'm ready. All right.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, Scoob!
Birds of prey. Okay.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of prey. You
Yeah.
go first.
I didn't like Scoob because it wasn't a Scooby-Doo movie. And I'm not a big purist about Scooby-Doo, but I do think that, like, one of the few qualifiers of it is that it contains Scooby-Doo and there is a mystery in it. It was trying to set up some weird Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe.
Which no one ever asked for.
I mean, it would have been kind of interesting if it was like Easter eggs, but the whole movie just derails into this.
If it was
plot.
a Scooby-Doo movie, ended with the whatever the fuck task force showing up.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Or with like Dick Dastardly just shows up at some point, but he's the main villain, and there's no plot beyond what this fucking superhero group of Hanna-Barbera characters is doing.
I love Scooby-Doo because, you know, who doesn't?
Yeah, I love
Scooby-Doo is super pure and cool, and it's had a few good
It's
movies.
one of those franchises that doesn't even need to be good. It just
Yeah.
kind of has to be there. But in this instance, it wasn't Scooby-Doo. It was just some weird conglomerate of a bunch of Hanna-Barbera characters, and it was called Scoob. But it wasn't a Scooby-Doo movie at
The
all.
first fifth of the movie was about Scooby-Doo.
Yes, I know. We'll get to that.
Like a third of the way.
Pray tell.
Through the bottle.
We should probably stop doing so many big shots.
Most of it went to me.
Birds of prey tell.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey tell. Birds of Prey, also known as the wonderful emancipation of Harley Quinn.
They re-released it as Harley Quinn. Birds
Yeah,
of
but I
Prey,
don't give a
so-
shit because the movie is what matters, and the movie was fucking horrible. Very unfocused. Hang on, give me 1 second, please. If you could just be patient for once in your
So
fucking life.
Scoob
No,
was.
Shut up! Fuck! The Birds of Prey and whatever. It was super unfocused, but it, like, we all know what they were going for. They were trying to go for a Guardians of the Galaxy style. Like,
Isn't that more what they were doing with Suicide Squad?
Yeah, but they tried to do it again.
Yeah, I
With
guess.
this fucking shit, where they have like, oh, look at all these people coming together to form a team, where they fight crime, but they don't fight crime, do they?
No, they are crime.
They are crime, except for one of them who doesn't like crime. One funny moment in it, when Harley Quinn was in a cocaine warehouse, and they shot the cocaine and
See,
she...
I didn't find that funny. I found that annoying.
Neither did I. I didn't find it funny, but I understood that it was funny to people that I would call simpletons. I liked...
Oh, who did you like, Oliver?
I liked Huntress.
Okay.
I liked Huntress. I thought Huntress was good, but she also wasn't in a lot of the movie. She was
Yeah.
in a very little. She was like kind of like an Easter egg almost.
Yeah,
I thought that Ewan McGregor, he tried to do a good job. It's just like
He's almost like doing a similar character to what he did in Leon the Professional.
yes.
And like that is also the best part of that movie.
Ewan McGregor in Leon the Professional?
Sorry, I'm wrong.
I'm gonna count as his drink.
It's all coming together.
Yeah,
Let's even
that's
the playing field.
pretty
Fuck
bad.
you.
That's a pretty. That's almost on par with my Steve McQueen thing. It's similar to Gary Oldman's character in The Unprofessional. I'm just gonna fucking say that.
It's culturally irrelevant. People won't be watching it again. I don't know. I wouldn't want to sit next to a person who wants to watch this movie again. Right?
You want to sit next to them.
I wouldn't want to be within 50 fucking feet of them. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near them. I think they should be on some sort of list.
Okay, so my redeeming quality for Scoob is that the first 12 minutes are actually really good.
My redeeming quality for Birds of Prey is that the Huntress was really actually good, and I liked all the scenes that she was in. Shut up! Look at this. This was basically all me.
Number 3.
3, 2, 1.
Birds
Wonder
of
Woman
Prey and the
1984.
Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Okay, you don't have to flex.
That's
man.
the same
I'm
movie
so-
appearing a second time, so that's both of us.
You don't have to do this, man. You don't have to do this.
I'm not filling them up all the way.
I'm gonna
like
be
I
so
want.
excited to watch this because I'm not gonna remember any of this. 3, 2, okay, 1.
So Birds of Prey, in your stuttering, mumbling nonsense, you did eventually say basically everything I want to say, which is like it's just a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's as bad as Suicide Squad.
No, it's
obviously,
not.
but it falls into some similar pitfalls. It's very non-linear and annoying, like not a clever way.
Did you hate that they made Ewan McGregor gay?
No, I didn't hate that. I thought that was fine.
Is he definitely gay though?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't remember much about Ewan McGregor in that movie. I just remember he was one of the better parts.
Right. It's all coming
Thank
together.
you. I was about to get mad at you for not buzzing him. Buzz him. Drink.
So I found the movie exceptionally shit. The movie would stop to be like, but this is what happened before. Like it was a lot of non-linear shit that wasn't done in a clever way, just in a like we didn't think this through way.
Together.
It's
no.
his time to shine. Wonder Woman 1984 was so boring that I chose instead to look at the ceiling at one point instead of the film. It was so unfathomably boring and annoying that I chose to point my head upwards at the cinema and look at the ceiling. And the ceiling was more interesting than what the film had to offer. There was a lot of like backstory for Wonder Woman about how she like cheated at fucking like she did better than everyone else, but
That
she
shit
cheated.
was so fucking awful.
I mean, the whole movie was awful. What do you mean
I
that
know,
shit was so
I
awful?
know, but that I'm just saying that shit was awful.
First of all, I don't like Gal Gadot. I think Gal Gadot is not a human being. I think she's this weird like conglomeration of what an alien thinks like the perfect human being is. And her performance was dog shit. And you compile onto that the fact that she like basically an unconscious guy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Liam Lartley will fucking throw up articles. Wonder Woman almost chose to let the world die so that she could have like a surrogate boyfriend. Fucking shit. And
Do
she
you have a gun in your jacket?
No, I don't.
What is that?
It's just part of the jacket. Pay no attention to the man behind the mask. Okay, go.
Redeeming quality, same as you. Ewan McGregor tried his best. Mary Elizabeth Winstead was good, even though she wasn't in most of the movie. And I thought the third act was a bit of an improvement over the rest of the movie. I thought it ended on a stronger note than it started on, essentially. Not that it was amazing, just that it was competently done.
It had the invisible jet, and I thought that was funny. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Fair enough.
So the fact that they included something so stupid from the comic books was just enough to make me remember that moment. That's it.
Marvelous.
Number 2.
2, 1.
365 days.
Capone. We're gonna have to drink because you, for some
Because
reason,
I think Capone is a 5 out of 10 film.
you got Caponed.
I know I'm more sober than you are.
Count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Damn it. You talk about your movie, and then I'll shit on you for liking Capone.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
365 days is one of the worst things I've ever fucking seen. I cannot emphasize how steep of a drop it is from Birds of Prey to 365 days. Birds of Prey is like not a good movie, but it's a movie. Like 365 days is just fucking nonsense. It's smut turned into a film.
Speaking of smart, come.
So 365 days is like 50 Shades of Grey on steroids. There's this woman from Poland, but they speak English for most of the movie, and not very well. I don't know why the movie wasn't just in like either Polish or Italian, because the other character is Italian. She's kidnapped by an Italian mob boss, who then says, "I'm in love with you. I had a vision of you when my father died, so I'm going to give you a year to fall in love with me." But he's just an abusive piece of shit. He does nothing to win her over in any way. It's trying to go for this like Beauty and the Beast thing where like over time he reveals who he really is and she falls in love with him. But he doesn't. He just abuses her and eventually she just fucks him. And
I'm gonna be honest. I need to get some bread.
I was fast forwarding through like every sex scene and every pointless montage that was basically just a music video. And every time that happened, I just decided, okay, I get what's happening here. Why am I still watching it? So I fast forwarded ahead. And then the movie, like if I had done that every single time, which is what I originally intended to do, if I'd done it every single time, the movie would have been like an hour long. It's just softcore porn, that's the main thing.
So what did you think of it, really? Capone was a boring pile of shit. I really genuinely like true crime. I watch a lot of true crime. I think it's fun. Capone's film is about the end of Capone's life. It's about him after he contracted syphilis and him becoming a dementia-riddled, like psychotic idiot who can't move, who can't act on his own.
And I think that's depicted very well.
I think it's depicted very poorly. Capone is not only a waste of your time, it was a waste of my time. Not only that, but I have to sit next to this fucker who kept telling me that it was good.
I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's an okay movie that shot for the stars and ended up somewhere.
I'm so sorry.
I don't want to guess because I'll have another shot and then I'll be sick.
Okay. Then don't.
I won't. When booze hits your mouth.
I think it's a movie that was trying something that I think is actually quite clever, in the sense that it's trying to basically take a character that's been glorified throughout history and in fiction and de-glorify him. Essentially do the opposite of what's been done. What it misses in that is that it doesn't show him at his peak and it doesn't show that downfall. It essentially is only showing the downfall, which ultimately is just, hey, look how shit this historical figure is.
He's wrong. And also, the movie is shit.
I think it's a movie that isn't that bad. I think it's a movie that was bad, but not that bad.
Add a shot of Tom Hardy's face in Capone after he shits himself.
It's good. It's a good expression.
Um,
And then redeeming qualities.
It's all coming together.
look at this fucking guy. Let's take a shot. Let's take a shot. Imagine having to take a shot because you broke the rules.
I wasn't speechless, so that's because of the...
You can guess now if you like.
Did I? Is it because I pointed at Oliver?
No.
Haha.
Fine.
Take another shot, fucker.
Redeeming qualities. What was my movie? 365 days.
Okay, that one.
The lead actress was very hot.
My redeeming quality for Capone is the one scene.
Hang
Why
on.
must you be so cruel? But the rules maybe weren't so equal as we thought. The one scene where he feels regret for all the shit he'd done, and all the people that had died for his like pointless shit.
Yep. Great. Number one.
So let's click and go number one. 3, 2, 1.
Wonder
Monster
Woman
Hunter.
1984.
Please, for the love of God, go first.
Well, unfortunately for you, we need to do a shot because this was on your list.
3, 2, 1. You always go before I say 1.
Because I don't know that you're going to do the fucking countdown.
He's done it every time.
Ah!
Look, 365 Days is a worse movie than Wonder Woman 1984. On most levels. But the smugness of Wonder Woman 1984 is what made me truly hate it with a burning, burning passion. Look, this movie has the balls to be as shit as it is, and then at the end turn to you and say, look.
Ooh, there's nothing left!
What did you do? What did you do?
I laughed!
I know what it is.
What is it? Help me, please.
It's when you slap your knee.
It's when I slap my knee?
Yes!
Yes!
But that... Alright, Hartley, I just want to say, you ruined it, so you have to have a drink.
He's my brother.
Right.
He's my savior.
You can just have a...
It's gonna have to be.
Yeah, have a
I'll have an
reasonable-
extra long.
Yeah.
You're my friend. Finally,
We are friends! It's only going to be drinks from now on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless Oliver wants to crack out the absinthe.
I'll go get it.
No. They have the gall to look at you and say, oh, this is how you be a good person. Or some stupid shit like that Gal Gadot says to the camera at the end.
It's all coming together.
You poor man. I'm pulling myself back to reality. I'm doing it.
It's bad, and a lot of people are making allowances for it. They're saying like, well, you know, it wasn't very good, but Pedro Pascal was good. Pedro Pascal is good, but his character was fucking shit. There was so little to glean from this movie. And ultimately, why I think it's worse than 365 Days is 365 Days, if it found out it was considered the worst movie of the year, would be like, yeah, look how shit we are. Wonder Woman 1984 thinks it's good. It thinks it's a good fucking movie. And it's not. It's garbage. I hate it.
Yeah.
Talk about Monster Hunter, a movie I haven't seen.
Monster Hunter is a movie I saw. What time is it? What time is it?
It's 10:20.
Later today, earlier today. It was a movie that I knew that I was gonna hate. Ever since that it proved that it was a real movie. I knew that I was gonna hate it because it's a video game movie, and opposed to movies, I love video games. And Monster Hunter shits on what video games are. I don't play Monster Hunter. I asked someone who knows who plays Monster Hunter. I asked them what they thought of the Monster Hunter movie in regard to it being a good, like, fan service movie. They said it was a 5 out of 10. Out of everything, they didn't even make a good fan service movie. It was agony to sit through. Mila Jovovich is a shit actor. Paul W. Anderson is a shit director, and he shouldn't be given any other projects to work on. He should be hung. You don't know what's happening. Who is that? Why do I care that there is a Rathalos? Why do I care that there is a Diabolos? I don't care. And it constantly tries to convince you that the military is fun and a great place to be. And I hate that. And I hate you if you like that. Fuck you!
Unfortunately, we have to do the redeeming qualities.
Oh no, it's easy for me.
As much as I have disparaged people who said Pedro Pascal was good,
He's asparagus.
one thing that I can say as a positive is that Pedro Pascal was paid for being in this movie. Because I love Pedro Pascal. And I love all good things that happen to him. So I'm happy that he received a paycheck that was probably pretty hefty for being in this movie.
I think that the guy who played the Field Hunter, I think that's his name, did a good job, and he's the only character in the whole movie that I cared about or liked. I only liked him near the end. Done.
To mitigate the whole, like, Oliver fucking killing himself situation, I think from now on, we'll anything that was take a shot is just take a sip.
Oliver, also, you need to not take random drinks.
What?
Yeah.
The realization I'm not gonna remember any of this tomorrow.
You've said this multiple times. This isn't
Yeah.
a new realization.
But it's a new realization every time.
We're moving into honourable mentions, and as you know, on this particular channel, honourable mentions are not just your regular run-of-the-mill honourable mentions. These are specific things. The first honourable mention is the Underachiever Award.
You go first.
Well, we have to say them at the same time.
Oliver! Stop taking random drinks!
The Underachiever Award is a movie that you expected to be really good, but it wasn't very good. That's the goal of this number. So, Oliver, count down this time.
3, 2, 1.
Minari.
Hashtag alive. Okay, well that's a movie that I thought was good that you didn't like.
Yep. So you're gonna drink.
Look.
You both have to.
Yes, that's
I think Minari was pretty good. I think not only pretty good, I think it was very good. You go.
Essentially, the thing I found with Minari is I thought it was, in essence, a good movie. I didn't find it bad, but I found it long and dull, and I didn't think it really said anything particularly interesting. I get that it was meant to be a slice of life movie. I get that it was supposed to be just a movie of people sort of living their lives and learning things and blah blah blah, etc., etc. But I didn't get anything out of it.
Which is weird because you liked The Nest.
I did,
Which was a very... Hang on, we have to touch on this. We have to touch on this.
Aren't you going to say The Nest later?
No, I don't think you're wrong. But I can't explain to you how you're wrong. Hashtag Alive. I love zombie movies. I love zombie flicks. And no matter how shitty they are. Hashtag Alive was genuinely, 2/3 of it, a very good zombie flick. Taking place in basically the one location. Because the main character was stuck in his apartment. But then he decided to explore his apartment building, and then the last third just gets kind of fucking stupid. I encourage you all to watch it, because 2/3 of it is good, and 1/3 of it is like,
Shit.
what the fuck, man? Like, it's not shit, it's not shit.
It's
but
what the fuck, man.
It's just, what the fuck? And that's why I put it under the underachieving award, because it had my heart, it had me for the longest time, and then it dropped it like a fucking idiot. Anyway.
So now we move on to the Fuck You, I didn't like it award. Unlike the Fuck You, I liked it award. This is a movie that was overall pretty well received. But you've said to the general masses, no. Fuck you. I didn't like this movie. 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of ending things.
The Nest! You go first.
I told you, I said this was on your list.
It wasn't on my top 5 list, I forgot that it was
I
on.
knew it was going to be on that part of the list.
I forgot.
You said it wasn't on your list at all.
I forgot. Cheers, big ears.
I'm thinking of ending things. I don't think is a terrible movie. I just think, what the fuck is going on? And I usually really like Charlie Kaufman. Anomalisa is one of my favorite movies. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a very great movie. But I'm thinking of ending things, it just threw you in and it didn't establish like any kind of pre-existing narrative like a lot of his other movies do in a very effective way that then set you up to be fucked up emotionally over the course of the movie. I'm thinking of ending things was just, hey, look how fucked up we are. Look how interesting this movie is. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I think Charlie Kaufman always really, really tries with his movies, whether he's writing or directing or doing both. I genuinely think he was doing something that he really cared about.
How much do they end things in that movie?
Shut up. Any redeeming quality, it's David Thewlis, because I love David Thewlis. He's one of my favorite actors, and I loved him in Anomalisa because of that's my favorite. One of my
favorite.
favorite.
If you don't love David Thewlis, go fuck yourself.
Talk about the Nest. Oh no! It's gonna take even longer.
Wait a second.
No, it won't.
This is a movie that you have differing opinions about.
Oh no!
No, Oliver, stop. Stop!
I was bored throughout 80% of The Nest. I thought it was so boring and annoying. I was so sure that these two would have hated it as well. They liked it though. I thought it was melodramatic for no reason. I thought it was so pretentious. I hated the characters. They were all idiots. They were all morons. They didn't even seem like real people. I fucking despised The Nest. And I was happy when it ended. I was happy when I was free from its grasp. And I was confused when these two liked it. That's it.
I think The Nest was a movie that... No, I can't.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on.
The Bad Not a Movie Award. 2, 1.
Final
Upload.
Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake it's just like you didn't remake the game. You made the game but with extra story to it. It's almost like time travel. It's almost like time dimensions. Not only that, but the game itself is so fucking boring. It is almost impossible to sit for a new player. The idea of the game was to make it accessible for new players. A person who played Kingdom Hearts and likes the Kingdom Hearts gameplay that I know couldn't sit through the boring shit that was the extra padding they added to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Not only that, but they blew their load on several characters before they even show up in the story. It is the worst fan service I've ever seen. And if you like it, you should be fucking taken out if you like it. Because you're stupid. Your turn.
Upload. Look, it wasn't very good. I watched Upload. It's Greg Daniels who created The Office and then co-created Parks and Recreation. Look, I got mad respect for the guy. But in 2020, he created 2 shows. One was Space Force, which was apparently so shit I didn't watch it. And the other was Upload, which I decided to watch like 2 episodes of. And I wasn't invested at all. I didn't find it bad. I just found it derivative. Because it was basically like, oh, look at this world in the future where when you die, you get uploaded into heaven.
Sounds like shit.
There were definitely points in it where I laughed. Not a lot, but like I went,
Hartley, what do you think of movies? The fact that movies are so shit now and that they're never going to be good again, okay? Please look at the good movie posters. Look at the good movie posters.
Goodfellas.
Don't think about it. Look at the good movie posters. Keep looking at them.
I know you've pulled out
Look at the movie posters, Hartley. Keep looking. Keep looking at the movie posters. Bang. All right, now edit the bang in there.
What was my like secret rule?
It was every time you do a funny voice and impression.